Hi, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer, and this is Carol. And today we're here to talk about budgets. Now, Carol, we know that most people cringe when they hear the word budget. But especially in today's economy, we probably need to start thinking about that. So what are some of the advantages of budgets?
Well, probably the best thing about learning to live within a budget is that you're learning to live within your means. It's so important these days to know exactly what's going out and what's coming in. Another big advantage of that, once you've got a handle on it, is that you can start building that emergency fund, which is so important. All the financial experts are saying you've got to have an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months worth of income set aside in case of an emergency.
So it sounds really simple, but why don't people do it more often then? Why don't people keep a budget on a regular basis?
Primarily because they're intimidated by it. They don't know where to start. And where to start is to know exactly how much money you're spending right now. One of the good ways to do that is to write down, keep a log, and write down every penny you spend, even if it's just a pack of gum, for a couple weeks. You've got to know where your money is going, because we all spend money without even thinking about it. And you'll be amazed at the end of 2 weeks exactly how much money you're spending, some of which could be going into a savings account. You also then want to write down your income, all of it, your expenses, all of them, and hopefully the expense line is not bigger than the income line. If it is, you've got to do really one of two things: find more income or find ways to save money. Some of the ways that you can save money, for example, plan your meals for a week. Plan your entire menu for a week. Write the list of the things you'll need at the grocery store, and when you go to the store, buy only those things you're going to need for that week. There's lots of great tips that you can find online and in magazines, all kinds of ways to save money. One of my favorites, for example, is, those dryer sheets that you have. When you buy the big box of them, cut them in half. You don't need the full dryer sheet for a load of laundry, and you've got two for the price of one.
That's a really good tip. I never thought about that.
Works well.
I'm sure a lot of people think, too, that they don't have any extra money at the end of the month. I know sometimes I feel that way, too. Like, well, what am I going to save? I don't have any extra money. But I bet if you sit down and really look at your income versus your expenses, you can probably find some extra money. So what about people like that think they just don't have enough to save?
Well, two ways that you can do this. One, take a look at that financial log you kept for a couple weeks and look at the money that surprised you. I didn't realize I spent that much money every day on such and such, for example. And decide that you can do without some of these things. That money then can become part of your savings plan. And another idea is to save 1 hour's pay out of every paycheck. Just put 1 hour's pay aside. You'll find that you don't miss it, usually, and you'll start to realize that you could probably add to that. The key is to learn to save money. Pay yourself first, no matter what the dollar amount is.
I keep hearing that over and over again. Pay yourself first.
It's absolutely true.
Those are really good tips. Well, thanks for telling us about budgets.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like to find out more about budgets or any other topic that we might discuss here at the Credit Union, please send us an email at blog@nevadafederal.org. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.